Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Like and subscribe if you could. Let me take you back to May 2008, College Station, Texas. The time I walked across the stage at Texas A&M and grabbed my electrical engineering degree with a minor in business. I'd grinded hard for that degree. I'd about 165 credit hours, and I worked 20 to 30 hours a week at Hollister. I modeled, I acted. For the modeling and acting, I had to travel to Austin, Houston, Dallas, and even Louisiana for castings, all while carrying this full course load. I earned that moment I walked across that stage. My entire family was there. My twin brother was right beside me. But behind every milestone are the people who built you and believed in you first. After graduating college, my dream was to go to California and do pilot season and take my chances with the acting career. And then in my downtime, I was going to model out in Chicago and New York. But dreams don't pay bills, and I got student debt that I had to start paying off. I made a choice that would shape my entire life. I chose to become an engineer, a provider, to be built different. I gave up my dreams to build the future. The grind starts now. June 2008, first engineering job, Alliance Engineering, out of Houston, Texas. I was finally going to get to work on real projects, have responsibility, and be able to take on the world. I didn't just come here to work. I came here to build a name. Nobody knew me, but they would. Through hard work and dedication, I would produce results. At the beginning, I studied motor schematics, panel drawings, the NEC code book, and I back-checked a bunch of redline comments that designers picked up that the engineers made. Doing this, I had to stay hungry, stay humble, and keep building. It was boring at times. I didn't really know what I was doing, but the future was mine to earn. That's more than a job. It was a chance to build something that lasts. Here goes nothing. Then 2009 hit. The market crashed, oil prices fell, projects froze, budgets disappeared. I had just finished up a compressor station job, and in a matter of weeks, everything changed. One bad meeting, one hard goodbye, a year and a half of hard work gone in minutes. My manager sat me down and said, "Cody, I'm sorry, but we have to let you go." I walked out of that building with a cardboard box and a plan that no longer existed. I had dreams. I gave up my modeling and acting career. I was trying to live different. I was trying to grow. I was trying to get rid of my college debt. But right now, I have a responsibility and I have to pay off that debt. So I can't just give up. To take care of my family, the dream can't be dead. It's just on hold. It won't be on hold forever, but it was for that day. The cardboard box held more than stuff. It held the fork in the road. Layoffs meant pressure, starting over, no clear path. I thought I was doing the right thing, which is taking one step at a time. Most people break here. I sent out hundreds of resumes trying to find another job, and I couldn't find anything. I kept continuing on and studying with my engineering books, and I made a list to update my resume, to expand my network, contact anybody that I'd work with, ask for reference letters, and just keep trying. I applied daily. I stayed disciplined. I kept faith. I knew I could do this. I will do this. It's easy to quit. It's easy to stay stuck. It's hard to start over. But quitting was never wired into me. New opportunity awaits. I just know it. I just had to find it. I was a Texas A&M electrical engineer. And the next thing I knew, I was stocking shelves at H-E-B. Let that sink in. I put on that red shirt and that name tag that said Cody, and I showed up every single shift. Did I think about my degree while I was stocking cans of beans at night? Yeah, every night. That thought bubble above my head was real. The Texas A&M diploma, the dreams I was supposed to be living, but here's what I also thought. No job is beneath me. Pride takes a hit, but quitting was never an option. H-E-B didn't break me. It built something in me that no classroom ever could. The discipline to show up when showing up is humiliating. That's a skill that lives in everything I do today. Then there was weekends behind the bar, whatever it took. No job was beneath me at that time. Jack and Cokes, good music, good people, no regrets. Doesn't matter what you do, stack shelves, pour drinks, earn respect, build character, fund the next chapter of your life. Just keep moving. I wasn't bartending because I failed. I was bartending because the lights needed to stay on and I wasn't going to stop moving while I figured out the next steps. You can't build a dream standing still. Not forever. It's just for now. Another round, another step forward. Another job I had was personal training. Using what I had, building something while I waited. I had work ethic, discipline, people skills, a passion for health and fitness that I'd been building since I was that skinny 17-year-old kid at 140 pounds. So I used it every single day. I helped others become stronger because it helped me become stronger. I wasn't where I thought I'd be, but I wasn't wasting the season I was in. I was building today's plan. Client sessions, learning more from people, marketing myself, staying consistent, trying to be patient, trusting the process. Everything was built through getting up in those early mornings and having these crazy workouts that I always did, and it paid off. I had a lot of faith, I was building a strong foundation, and I was probably in the best shape of my life, and I was meeting some amazing people. The next step was studying for my Series 63 and my Series 7 because I was about to start slinging bonds. I was still working 2 of the jobs I had left HEB, but I was still bartending and personal training. It was pretty hard, but I was fueled by discipline and caffeine. I was finally going to get financial freedom. I was really trying to help build my family, and I was starting to build something that lasts, make an impact. Those were the reasons I wanted to do all this. I didn't just want to survive the crash. I wanted to come out the other side with skills nobody could take from me. The Series 63 and the Series 7 would open a door that nobody expected an engineer would ever walk through. Then came the Cubicle, the suit, Monday through Friday, Smilin and Dialin. I made about 150 to 250 calls a day. I was working for a brokerage firm in Houston, Texas, slinging bonds. I sat in that chair in a suit and tie and picked up that phone, and I called banks and credit unions and insurance companies trying to get portfolio managers interested in buying the bonds I was slinging. My daily target was about 200 calls minimum. No excuses, just results. Success is earned, it's not given. The compound effect is real. Keep going. Be disciplined. Stay focused. Be patient. Long term. That was the mentality walking into that cubicle every single morning. Making 150 to 250 calls a day to banks, credit unions, insurance companies. Rejection on replay. Let me show you what that actually looked like. Daily call log. Total calls, 247. Different banks, no. First Community Bank, no. Regions Bank, no. Southern Trust Bank, no. Heritage Bank, no. Unity Credit Union, no. All the way down to call 247. Lone Star Credit Union, call back. One call back out of 247 calls. That's the reality of commission sales. Focus, dial, repeat. Every no gets you closer to a yes. I believed that. I had to believe that because the alternative was quitting, and that wasn't even an option. 3 months working for free. I was on commission only. I had no safety net. Every morning I asked myself, ain't quitting yet? That calendar on the wall tells the whole story. Month 1, no money. Month 2, no money. Month 3, no money. 3 months of showing up in that suit, 3 months of picking up that phone, 3 months of nobody buying anything. My Texas A&M diploma on the wall behind me, reminding me what I was capable of. Nobody cares. Work harder. Trust the process. Control what you can control. One day this pain will make sense. I kept those reminders around me because on the hard days I needed to see them. And every day was a hard day. Then one Friday afternoon, everything changed. I made around 198 calls that day, 23 conversations, 5 appointments, and then a voice on the line that said, "All right, son, let's do it." I came out of that chair, fist in the air, every call I've ever made, every no I've ever heard. Every morning I'd asked, "Ain't quitting yet?" All of it collapsed into that one moment. It was my first sale, the first step forward. I'll never forget. One yes can change everything. Relentless today, freedom tomorrow. That's what 3 months of daily rejection feels like when the yes finally comes. The whole trade floor stopped. Everybody stood still. They knew what it took to get there because every single person in that room had lived their own version of my 3 months. Every person who has ever worked commission sales knows that feeling. The whole room stopped. The head trader walked over with a pair of scissors grinning because he knew one call, one yes, everything changes. Discipline dialing, freedom followed, and the whole office celebrated because in that industry, your first sale isn't just a sale. It's proof. Proof that you belong there. Proof that you didn't quit. I cut my tie on January 2011. Cody Hall, gold scissors, confetti, the whole room was watching. In the bond selling industry, when you make your first sale, they cut your tie. It's kind of like a ceremony, a tradition, a recognition that you survived something most people don't survive. 3 months of nothing, and then this moment. And here's what I want you to hear. They cut my tie, but they never cut my fight. Whatever season you're in right now, they might cut your tie, they might take your job, your income, the plan, the dream, but they can't cut your fight. That has to be a choice you make and only you make. They framed my tie, they put it in a display case with Cody Hall January 2011 imprinted on it, and they kept it in that office. I actually have a photo of that framed tie from that day they cut it. I've carried that image with me for over 15 years, not because I needed the reminder, but because it represents something that no resume line ever could. 3 months of showing up when showing up meant absolutely nothing. And then one Friday afternoon, a yes that changed everything. I was disciplined and I kept dialing, and then the freedom followed. You know, some marks just outlast the shift. For all I know, that frame tie is still sitting in that office somewhere right now. Here's what that season actually built. Nothing was wasted. Every season built something. The degree never could. The grocery store built discipline and humility. The bartending built people skills and hustle. The personal training built communication and the ability to coach someone through difficulty. The Series 63 and 7 built financial literacy I still use today. The cold calls built rejection tolerance that makes every hard conversation in my career easier. The Cubicle taught me the most valuable skill in any room, which is the ability to keep going when nothing is working. Every experience, every lesson, every step forward. Now it was time to become an engineer, a leader, a builder. In March 2011, engineering called me back. Alliance Engineering reached out to me and brought me back into the industry. And I walked into that building with something that I didn't have when I left. I came back different. The man who walked out with that cardboard box in 2009 and the man who walked back in March 2011, same degree, same skill set, but completely different person. I had rejection tolerance now. I had financial literacy. I had the knowledge that I could survive anything and keep moving forward. I came back with more tools than I left with because nothing was wasted. The crash didn't derail me. It built me into a better person. Let me be more specific about what that season built because I want you to actually see this. The grocery store, the bartending, the personal training, the cold calls, they built 5 specific skills: rejection tolerance, financial literacy, sales skills, human psychology, and communication. Every single one of those shows up in my engineering career today. When I walk into a room with a client or a project manager, I'm not just the technical guy. I'm the guy who can read people, communicate clearly, handle pushback, and I don't even flinch. And I can close at the end of the day. That's not from any engineering class. That's from making 250 calls a day and a pair of scissors cutting my tie back in January of 2011. If you feel overqualified for your current season, you're not wasting time. You're building something you can't see yet. I know what it feels like to have a Texas A&M engineering degree, be stocking cans at H-E-B at midnight. I know what it feels like to make 250 calls and hear 250 no's. I know what it feels like to wonder if the yes is ever coming. Oh, it's coming. Just keep dialing. At 41 years old, I'm still building. The season that looks like failure right now is building something you'll spend the next decade drawing from. Believe me, trust the process. Control what you can control and just keep showing up every single day. That's the story of the season that built me when the engineering industry let me go. Stocking groceries at H-E-B, bartending, personal training, Smilin and Dialin, and one yes on a Friday afternoon in January of 2011 that changed everything. If you're in your hard season right now, drop a comment below. Tell me what you're grinding through. Tell me what you're building when no one else is watching. Share this with someone who needs to hear it. Someone who needs to know that yes is just right around the corner. Also, if you like the content, please subscribe and like the video. Stay till the end because I wrote a song about this exact chapter. Keep smiling and dialing. I'll see you guys next week, and remember, try to be built different.
Built different like me. Made of awake College Station sky. Walk that stage feeling 10 feet high. Texas A&M engineering degree. Thought the whole damn world was waiting on me. Lines gave me my first shot. Oil and gas dreams giving all I got. Hard had vision building out my name till 09 rolled in chains of gain. The market crash, phones got cold. Young man dreams don't always unfold. One bad meeting, one hard goodbye. Cardboard box and we gotta try. Man, pride hits hard when the world says no, but pressure makes diamonds. So I was told. So I put on a suit and tie, smile while my soul ran dry. 150 calls, maybe 250 some days. Monday through Friday, rejection on replay. Bank said no, credit unions too. Insurance guys hanging up before I got through. 3 damn months working for free, but I guess that's what it means to be built different like me. Series 63, then the Series 7 grind. Trying not to lose my damn mind. Cubicle walls and fluorescent lights. Selling belief while I question mine. Smile and dial, that's what they said. Even when dial was messing with my head. Commission only, no safety net. Every morning asking, ain't quitting yet. Man, some days lunch was pride and hope, and wondering just how broke I'd go. But pressure makes steel and scars make man. You don't know your strength till you test it again. So I put on a suit and tie, smile while my soul ran dry. 150 calls, maybe 250 right there underneath those fluorescent moons. Voice on the line said, all right, son, let's do it. Man, I damn near lost it when I heard those words to it. Trade floor stopped, everybody stood still. The head trader grinning like he knew the deal. Took a pair of scissors, cut straight through my tie. Said, you earned your seat. Welcome to the ride. Yeah, I wore that suit and tie. Smile while my soul ran dry. 150 calls, maybe 250 some days. Monday through Friday, rejection on replay. But one yes changed everything. Sometimes pain's what makes you swing. 3 long months till belief met proof. Now when life hits hard, I know the truth. You can lose your job, lose your pride, lose your plan and still survive. Cause pressure don't break every man alive. Some of us are built different. Yeah, cut my tie. But they never cut my thigh.